Boom! There we go. It's Sunday afternoon. We're live. Spirits Guy. Myself, Corey.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, it's Saturday afternoon. There's no football this weekend.
Nope.
But there is a big, ugly snowstorm coming.
Ugh.
Monday night.
No.
Here, like 12 inches. So we just decided we're going to do a little drinking today. And a little education. Have some kind of fun with it. I'm excited about this. I feel like I'm saying that every time we go live now, but I feel like we're getting better and better at this.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
And I thought, like, this is one that maybe we should save for, like, a Whiskey Wednesday. And then I thought, let's just bang it out now, because if this is the kind of content we're bringing you on a random Saturday afternoon, it means we're just going to up our game on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And get better. So, where we're at today, like the title suggests, no Blantons. What do we do now? You work behind that register far more than I do. How many times do you think you hear, you guys got any Blantons?
Way too much.
Yeah,
Way
we hear
much.
it a lot. It's a very, very common question. Blantons has become allocated. And it's doubled in price. It's tripled in price in some markets. I've been in New York where it's $150
It's ridiculous.
a bottle. It's just insane. I think here we're at 90. By the way, when this video is done, I'm going to put 2 bottles out on the shelf. If anybody's looking for Blantons, there will be some out there. I love that. No Blantons, what now? So what I wanted to do, what we're going to do, is show you guys some alternatives to Blantons. And to kind of explain what that means, I'm going to tell a little story of what Blanton's is, really. So Blanton's is the first single-barrel whiskey.
Okay.
Typically, when you buy a bottle of Wild Turkey or Evan Williams or Four Roses, it's a blend of 500, 1,000, maybe a couple thousand barrels from different areas of the warehouse that are blended together to get a signature flavor profile. Which, when you really think of that, like, the art of blending is mind-blowing to me.
There's a lot that goes into it.
When you think of, like, every bottle of Evan Williams tastes the same, every bottle of Jack Daniels tastes the same. Like, you're talking hundreds of thousands of barrels, and they're plucking them, blending them, and keeping the same flavor profile all along. But each one of those barrels matures differently. We've talked about it. There's no 2 trees that look exactly the same. The wood at the bottom of the tree is different than the wood at the top of the tree. Different areas of the forest. Different areas of the warehouse, whether it's aged on the bottom floor, the top floor, the middle. So, Blanton's was created by Elmer T. Lee, which is a name a lot of people know. There's a whiskey named after Elmer. He was a master distiller at, I don't remember what it was called at the time, but it's now Buffalo Trace. And there was a time when bourbon just was kind of on the downscale. Nobody really cared. And Elmer T. Lee wanted to create a premium product. Albert Blanton was a master distiller there prior to that. So Elmer T. Lee actually worked under Albert B. Blanton. Hi, Linz. Oh, that warms my heart that you are out there. Miss you. Anybody out there who's watching, by the way, if you know what the B in Albert B. Blanton stands for, shoot us a comment. Actually, before we go any further, if you guys are out there and you're liking what we're doing, you're enjoying this stuff, like the page, like us on Facebook, like the Wachusett Wine and Spirits page, head over to Spirits Guide, like that page. It just kind of helps us to get out there more. It lets us know that you guys are digging what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing it so long as you guys are into it. If there's anything you want to say to us, things you like, things you don't like, shoot us a comment. Let us know you're out there.
Good criticisms.
Yeah.
We
love
that.
We want to get better at this. God, I want to drink that. So yeah, just like us, follow us, whatever. Click on the notifications. You guys will get notified when we go live. But again, thank you guys all for watching the video. I think we did the other night. It was like 500 people we reached. So it's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. It's reassuring.
Yeah, it makes us feel good. So, Albert B. Blanton, master distiller. Elmer T. Lee creates this whiskey, names it after him. With a premium product, you have to have a premium package. So you get this cool kind of bottle, shaped like a barrel.
I mean, for what it's worth, it's a great looking bottle.
Yeah, it's a great looking bottle. It's got the fun little horse. It's got a bunch of different horses, and they're in different strides of a race. Obviously, horse racing in Kentucky is
Huge.
just as big as bourbon is. And then to make it even more special, all the horses have these little letters on them. And then if you collect all the letters, they'll actually spell out the word Blanton's. There's display pieces you can buy. I know there's a carousel that when you spin it, it will actually show you the horse racing.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Well, there's different lineups. So there's a couple of different display pieces out there. All of that, premium product, premium packaging, and now with the marketing machine that Buffalo Trace is, Blanton's has just become something highly sought after. And again, it's doubled in price, it's tripled in price in some markets. We have 2 bottles in house right now. Again, they're going out on the shelf as soon as we're done with this video. Now, if this is what you like and you like that flavor profile, awesome. Is it worth the money? Anything is worth what you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
And if you're a collector and you want to collect the horses, happy hunting. Absolutely. And the question here is not whether or not this is good or whether it's worth the money or
Yeah.
no disparaging Blanton's in any way. The question here is if you like unique, flavorful whiskeys, if you like single barrel whiskeys, and there is no Blanton's, what other options do you have? In these 3 other options that we have are things that are a little bit more readily available. They're almost always available. And they're a little bit more budget friendly.
Yeah.
And we're going to blind taste them, not necessarily to find out which one is best, although we'll pick a winner that we both like, but to kind of see that they're all great and unique whiskeys. Before we even get to that, if you guys are looking for great single barrel offerings, store picks.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
Those are all single barrels.
Yeah, they're all single barrels. So right now we have Old Forester.
Yep.
I don't think we have any more Elijah Craig out there.
No, I don't think
Maybe
so.
a couple of bottles on the shelf. We have some Larceny. We have some Knob Creek Rye. Oh yeah, other big announcement. My samples for Rebel Yell single barrel were picked up from Lux Row yesterday by FedEx. They are on their way here. So hopefully within the next week or 2, we're going to bring you into that tasting as well.
That's awesome.
Corey's going to join me and Mike and Charlie, and we're going to pick a barrel of Rebel Yell.
I can't wait.
Pretty
Can't
excited for that.
Wait.
So yeah, store picks are a great way to go. Another bottle that we don't have up here, technically not bourbon, but everything about it is bourbon. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select.
Yep.
Also another great single barrel offering that's always available. We never run out of stock on any of these. And I'll kind of give the lowdown on what we've got, and then we'll taste away. So Kentucky Spirit, this is Wild Turkey, Jimmy Russell, Eddie Russell. Some cool things about this packaging. It shows the date that it was bottled on.
Okay.
Doesn't give you the date that it was barreled, but Wild Turkey doesn't really give out
Yeah, they're kind of
the age of
secretive
the
about
whiskey. They're much like Old Forester. They bottle the whiskey when it's ready. But it does show you the barrel number,
Okay.
the warehouse that it came out of, and actually what rick it's from in there. So rick in Kentucky is rack.
Okay.
So when you go into the rick house or the rack house,
Okay. That's makes
you know,
sense.
they're 5 to 7 floors, and they have these kind of racks where this barrel's just kind of laying all the way in.
Yeah.
So I've actually looked at other bottles. They all come from different warehouses, which means
They all taste different.
they're all going to be different. So you're going to get some bottle variation with Kentucky Spirit. Four Roses. By the way, I've been there. Wild Turkey is gorgeous, greatest people, super nice. Actually, you say that about everybody in Kentucky. They're all the greatest people.
Yeah,
Four Roses single barrel. By the way, Valentine's Day coming up. If you get somebody in your life you want to get roses for,
4 roses.
4 roses.
I'd take that over flowers any day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got flowers right on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. It's on a beautiful bottle, honestly.
So 4 roses, single barrel, anywhere between 7 and 9 years for the barrel that they pick. They give you the warehouse number and the barrel number. 4 Roses is famous for having 10 different sort of mash bills because they use a variety of yeast strains as well. So you're going to get a lot of spice and sort of cool bready notes with that. Maybe the best value, and again, these guys are just, I don't know why people kind of give them crap, but
yeah.
Evan Williams single barrel. This is the standard Evan Williams Heaven Hill mash bill, which I think is 72% corn or 78% corn. Really high corn. But this will show you the date that it's barreled on, the barrel number, and the date that it was bottled on. All of these are between 7 and 8 years. So we're talking $45, $50, $32, 7-year single barrel whiskey.
Can't beat that. Really can't.
And then I think 90. This, by the way, is always from Warehouse H and always from Rick number 17.
Really?
So my question, kind of always criticizing Blanton's, was how can it be anybody's favorite if it's a single barrel and it's different every time? But they're basically pulling from the same spot
every single time
in the same warehouse. So you're getting a pretty consistent flavor profile. Yeah, sometimes these come in these sort of rubber mesh.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're in the brown velvet or
yep.
bags. Sometimes they come in a box, sometimes they don't. But the juice is pretty consistent. So literally, these glasses are all numbered. I mixed them up while Corey was out working. So while he can see the numbers, he doesn't know which numbers correlate to which bottle. So we're just going to go through and taste.
Let's go.
See what we've got. And I'm going to try to guess because I've had all of these before. I'm going to say on the nose, this is probably Evan Williams. So I'm getting that sort of sweet vanilla and oak on the nose. Caramel, vanilla, spice. I'm going to guess that this is
Yeah.
Evans.
I think this one's this guy.
Yep, proof points. We didn't talk about proof points.
Yep.
So this is always bottled at 101, which is kind of a signature for Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
I believe Blanton's is always bottled at 93. So 93 proof on that. Actually, this year was the first year we saw Blanton's Gold and Blanton's Straight from the barrel. Not a lot, 1 or 2 bottles of each.
I was gonna say I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's right in and out.
Yeah, in and out. So 101, 93. This is the lowest proof out of all of them, 86.6. So typically a little bit lower than where I like it. But if that's it, it's drinking above its weight. It's got.
Oh yeah.
And then I believe this one is 100 proof as well. So yeah, single barrel, totally unique expression. Not to be confused with barrel proof. So these have been what we call proofed down, or distilled water has been added to it to get it down to that consistent proof point. There are some like single barrel proof offerings out there. Actually, Jack Daniel's
Does one, yep.
makes that barrel select. Spice, vanilla. By the way, we're drinking two totally different whiskeys, so I'm talking.
Like,
He's probably taking
Shut
it
up,
in.
man.
Going, hey, Joe. Thanks for being there.
Big spice in this one. I know what that is, though.
I'm gonna guess turkey on that one.
Yeah, turkey. 4 Roses.
Yeah, this one's kind of aromatic, spicy. Again, some sort of citrus notes there.
I got a little wood on mine.
Mm.
I think it's 4 Roses.
All right.
We'll take sweetness.
By the way, this is how we're going to do the whiskey bracket challenge. Blind tasting. There'll be numbers on the bottom of the glasses.
Yeah.
We'll number the bottles. We'll see if we can get somebody to come
Maybe
in.
next time use some black tape or something.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
it and then
Yeah, we'll find a way to cover up those numbers. Cool. Thanks for watching, Andrew. Yeah, we'll see you next weekend.
we're always here.
Yeah, we're always here. Hopefully you're stocked up for the snow. I'm already planning a vacation day for Tuesday.
So happy on.
Soft, sweet. I get a lot of wood on that.
I'm torn on this one.
Caramel sweetness. Put me out. Which means I'm guessing this is Blanton's. It's funny, when I went down to Kentucky and we got our Bourbon Steward certification, we had to do this blind tasting, and they were pulling everything from all over Kentucky. So
Yeah.
and there was no bottles out to even look at for frame of reference. Like, yeah, I definitely.
I agree.
I'm not going to dispute that one, Joe. I've always loved Four Roses. I mean, the thing is, any one of them are good. Evan Williams, to me, still is the best value.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
That being said, everyone's got their own way, you know.
yeah, and by no means are we trying to tell you that any of these are the best. We're just showing you that there's other good options in that single barrel category. So yeah, when we were down there, they lined up whiskeys and you had to taste them and try to guess what they were. But it could have been Elijah Craig, it could have been Four Roses, it could have been It was just
All over the place.
they just did flights.
That's sick, though.
It was a really cool sort of training,
Yeah,
sensory
testing
training.
yourself, yeah.
Because yeah, there were flights, and then you had to guess like what the common thread was in the three whiskeys.
Yep.
By the way, if travel ever opens up and you're a whiskey person, Moonshine University, Louisville, Kentucky, Executive Bourbon Steward Program, worth every single penny of it. There's actually an online course too, that you can get Bourbon Steward certification. It's like $60.
Okay,
It's
look
worth
at
it.
that. Yeah.
Um,
I think my decisions are made.
Now, while that's good, it is this one that I tasted here, which I actually think is that.
Lance?
Yeah, I think it is. It's good. It's smooth. God, I hate that word. By the way, there was a lovely older lady out there on the floor a little while ago. who referred to me as the Whiskey Wizard. I may have to steal that.
That's an awesome name.
If anything shows how narcissistic I am, it will be me referring to myself as the Whiskey Wizard from here on out.
It's not rich anymore.
Actually, my girlfriend has a cloak too.
Just bring that in over.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Go see the wizard in the back.
I'm gonna ask her if I can borrow her cloak. I'm wondering if she's watching this now. You just revealed that I have a cloak. But yeah, that one, while it's good, is the least complex to me. It's just nice, easy, well-balanced, mellow. I get why it would be somebody's daily drinker. Hey, Mick, it was great to see you today. And I never believe anybody when they tell me that Blanton's is their daily drinker.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
You can't find it on a daily basis to have it be a daily drinker. It is amazing how many people have an uncle whose favorite whiskey is Blanton's.
Seriously.
I don't know how many times we've heard that in the store. It's my uncle's favorite. It's my dad's favorite. It's never for them.
No.
It's always for
the uncle.
For my uncle. Yeah, my uncle and my grandfather.
I don't know what it is. They just love
Blanton's. Which one's your favorite?
The one that you didn't like.
Number one?
I think this one.
That's your favorite? Yeah, the one that I was a little unsure of is number one. That one, number 4, I'm going to agree with you. It's probably my favorite. So here's the reveal. Wild Turkey was number 2.
Nice.
Guessed right on that.
Bang.
Blanton's, obviously, number 1. Hey, what's going on, Jason? What's up, Sean? Yeah, so, number 1, I liked it, but again...
It was very,
it was just, it was nothing super jazzy about it, by any means.
Nice.
Williams, number 3.
Nailed it. Let's go.
For the win. 4 Roses, number 4.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a great point, Andrew. Back a few years ago, this used to actually show the recipe. Like I said, they have 10 different recipes. You see like OV, SE, and it signifies like the different mash bills that they have. So they would actually bottle it with different mash bills. I think, and I may be wrong, but I think that changed when Jim Rutledge left and the new master distiller took over. Yeah, Nancy, what's funny is 4 Roses back in the 60s and 70s wasn't even bourbon in the United States. I think we talked about it the other day. So 4 Roses used to be owned by Seagram's at one point. And it was just a blended whiskey. It was just an American blend like Seagram's 7. And I think they were actually using some of it in Seagram's 7. And they were making bourbon, but they were sending it off to the Japanese market. And then after it was sold, which Jim Rutledge was a huge part of keeping 4 Roses alive when it was sold. I think it's now owned by Kirin, which is a Japanese beer company. And they started making bourbon. In fact, Jim Rutledge, I believe, started with Seagram's at MGP, and then ended up becoming the master distiller at 4 Roses. Nancy, if your grandfather has any of those old 4 Roses bottles for some reason kicking around in the house, I would love, love, love to see them. There is a store in Worcester that has a bottle of 4 Roses Light. And I ask all the time, is that for sale? No. It's just for decoration. I can't imagine it's any good.
No.
But as a Four Roses fan,
It's cool.
it would be cool to kind of have in the collection.
What is it light as in lighter in alcohol content?
So they would go younger, lighter in color, lighter
okay.
in alcohol content. Because in the 60s, the 70s, well into the 80s, bourbon was really thought of like an old person's drink. Coming out of Prohibition, bourbon never really fully recovered.
Yeah.
Anyways, because they didn't have the aged stocks. The rules that what made bourbon weren't even in place until 1964. So there was a lot of sort of sketchy whiskey out there. And people were just drinking lighter stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of when they call like the vodka revolution, when everybody was drinking vodka, just churning it out in sugar bombs. Before like Heritage kind of came back. Whoa. That is awesome. I'm going to ask you, if you could take a picture of those and put them up there, that would be great. I would love to see them. And it would be great for other people to kind of see sort of the history and transformation of this brand.
That's sick.
Four Roses is part of that iconic photo. World War II. There's the military guy in downtown New York who's kissing the woman, and she's kind of rocked back.
Okay.
Which, by the way, she didn't want to be kissed by that guy. They didn't know each other.
Is that the story behind it?
Yeah, that's a true story.
That's hilarious.
But the soldiers who had just come back from war. But if you look in the background, in that building, that sort of triangular building in the back, on the screen in the back is an ad for Four Roses.
Wow.
So
Perfect timing.
They use that there all the time.
That's sick.
The name, much like a lot of bourbon, has a lot of interesting history and legend. Don't know if any of it's true, but the original owner apparently was in love with a Southern Belle and wanted to take her to some ball, and she said, if you show up with Four Roses, and so he decided to name his whiskey that. Don't know if that's true.
That's a cool story, though.
So there it is. Four Roses for the win. But really, there's no winners or losers here. It's just all good whiskey. And again, nothing disparaging against Blanton's. Not my favorite, but I get it if it's yours. That's why we carry so many different whiskeys.
It's my uncle's favorite.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody's got an uncle who loves Four Roses. I'm going to pour a little bit more as we go out here. But really, if you're just looking for unique whiskey, single barrel offerings, these are some other options that we have. And like what you like.
Yeah.
So I guess from there, I'm going to let you guys get back. Again, like this. If you got other friends you think are interested in whiskey, share this out on your page. We don't mind. Bounce over to Spirits Guide, like that page, follow us there. Lots of cool stuff coming up. Thank you guys for all the comments and the interaction and being there. Hope you're all stocked up for the snowstorm.
Yep.
And,
if not, come on down and get your stuff.
Yeah, we'll be here till 9 o'clock tonight. All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. That was fun.
That was good.
2